Alrighty, so, now as promised, this involves the parity that you can get while pairing up edges. Now this is the first type of parity. This is very, very similar to another kind of parity that you might have already seen. Let's have a little mini quiz. What kind of parity do you think this is? Alright, this is the parity that you can get in a 4x4. Now, if you look at this, just imagine without these things. Does this look a little more familiar? Just having this flipped? Well, in this case, you're not going to put both of these rows in your algorithm. In this case, you're actually going to flip these outer two, not these inner two. So now what we have to do is the same algorithm, just instead of using a whole 2 rows, just use the outside 2 rows. So I'll put this in the video description, or you can just watch PogoBat's video or something. R2, B2, U2, left 2 rows clockwise, U2, right 2 rows anti-clockwise, U2, right 2 rows clockwise, U2, F2, right 2 rows clockwise, F2, left 2 rows counterclockwise, B2, R2. That solves that part. Now this is the other kind of edge parity you can get. If you move this piece over, you make this pair. But if you move this piece over, you make this pair. So what can you possibly do about that? Well, there's a way to convert this into the parity case I just showed you. If I move this over here, now have it so this is opposite from this, what I can do is this. Okay? Now, remember the algorithm I showed you before to pair up edges, right? Well, in this case, if I move this over as the edge I want to pair up, right, Fi, U, Ri, Fi, move that row back, well, that solved one of them, and the other one, we just got the same parity case again. So that's one way to get around it. I'm sure there's an algorithm somewhere that you can use just to finish it off, but there's one this is a way to get around it. So just do another parity case. R2, B2, U2, L, U2, Ri, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, Li, B2, R2. There you go. See, now if you look around the whole cube, all of your edges should probably be solved. So now we are going to go ahead and try to finish up the whole V cube, and you'll be able to proud to say that you'll be able to solve the whole V cube. So now, there's 2 kinds of parity that you can get while solving this. It's going to be the same kind of parity as a 4x4, except actually like -2 of them. So, well, no, actually you can get all of them, but let's see what happens, alright? So now, I'm going to solve the black side, because it's the side that you probably haven't seen very much, and it looks kind of cool. So we're going to solve this like a normal 3x3. Only problem with this thing is that it turns a little slower than a normal 3x3, so it's a bit of a pain to solve like it, but hey, whatever. At least you can say you solved a 6x6 Rubik's Cube. Okay, so there's the cross. I'm not teaching you how to solve the thing, I'm just going through the steps. There's a cross. So now let's find the black. Here we go. This is already paired up, so we're going to move this over here. Move this down. I use a fridge just in case you can't tell. Let's see, there's this one here. So, use the algorithm over here. And I did the wrong algorithm. Jeez, messed up my edges. Anyway, it's not really that difficult to do. I guess you get the idea. It's not really that hard to solve a 6x6. I mean, a 6x6 looks really, really intimidating. But once you go to solve it, it's really not all that bad. As you might have noticed, I mean, if you go to solve it, I guarantee that some of you will be able to solve it after watching this, or maybe after watching it a couple times, or being able to solve it, or trying it. It's not really that hard. It just takes a bit of practice. Okay, now this is the first kind of parity you can get. This is the first kind of parity you can get. Similar to a 4x4. You're going to get your cross, except you're going to have one whole set of edges flipped. Now, you've actually already learned this algorithm. It's one of the parity cases for our edge pairing. So we're going to do it here now, except now we're going to turn all 3 rows. So R2, B2, U2, L, U2, R prime, U2, R, U2, F2, R, F2, L prime, B2, R2. If you look, you've got this on top. Now you can go ahead and solving it however you like. I'm going to solve it using OLL and PLL. So here we go. There's the OLL. Now here will be a PLL that I know. So and that is a solved V cube. However, there's one kind of parity that we actually didn't encounter that I'll show you what it looks like. This one you can actually also encounter on a 4x4. This is what it'll look like. You have the whole top solved, however you have these two here that are not solved. So the algorithm for this one is the top 3 rows, U2, L2, all 3 rows. Now just the normal U2, just top, U2, and now this time the inside 2 rows. Okay? Now the top 3 rows, the left 3 rows. Aw, darn it. Okay, sorry, my mistake. In this case, it's just the top row here. U2, L2. Wait till everything lines up, and then U2. Alright, I'm going to redo this just so you can get an idea. It was my mistake. Sorry, hold on. Okay, let's try this again. Top 3 rows, U2. Left 3 rows, L2. Just top, U2. Inside 2, L2. Now just the top row, U2. Left 3 rows, L2. Now the top 3 rows, U2. That is how to solve a V cube 6. That should be everything, and everything should have lined up unless you either screwed up your centers or ended up not pairing up an edge or something like that. So, yeah, that's all we got for now. If you find something that maybe I missed, or you find some mistakes that I made or something, please send me a private message or send it in a comment, and I'll try to make a video of it as soon as possible. You know, this isn't as hard as it looks. It really, really isn't. I mean, it's just an over-glorified version of this. So, now that you can solve the V cube 6, maybe next time, do the V cube 7. I'm Sagar Loud, or Lower Skull 14. Please comment and subscribe, and don't forget to rate this video.